How many believe success is a mind game? Dude, it starts right here. You got to fix this. You got to get rid of.
So number one, get your money right. It's not about product knowledge first. It's not about sales knowledge first. It's not about sales process first. It's not about the follow-up first or writing the customer up first. It's not even about attitude first. It's about get your financial mental, get your money mental right, okay? Because if you're satisfied, if you're happy where you are financially, why would you sell anything else? Look, let's face it, you're on commission. You get paid to sell things. You get paid to close deals. You get paid to follow up only when it works. Follow up. All the money is in the follow up. It's not in the meet and greet. It's not on the internet. It's in the follow up. You got a lead, somebody's interested. How do I follow them up? Now this is where the financial thing comes back into play because the follow up is hard. Nobody wants to make that second call, much less the third one or the fourth one or the fifth one. Do you know that 25% of all salespeople make one phone call and quit? 48% never make 2 calls. Most never make the first one. It's crazy, okay? Most of your sales are made, closed, between the 5th and the 8th call. If you're advertising on the internet, there's a good chance you have to call people 8 to 11 times just to get them on the phone one time to qualify them the first time to see if they're even on the right product.
Okay, so this is how you get your money fixed. Number one, never spend it until you get it. Okay, so like if you're in a sales department, this means, all this translates to every department, by the way. This is exactly how I run every department, how we cash flow companies, how we make decisions on when to spend money in advertising. I don't count a deal closed. I don't count money in until the money's in. Right, so until you could sign the deal and these guys are gonna split a suite, I'm like, that shit ain't happened yet. When you guys give me a credit card and it goes through, I'm suspect to yours, sir. Okay. Once it goes through and the money hits my account, then I can spend that money. Everybody agree with that? 40% rule. If you could do this 40% rule that most people just completely don't get. If you got 100% of your money and 40% just for 40% goes to the IRS. 40%, man, if you'll pay them 40%, you should at least pay you 40%. Everybody agree? If you can't write it off, don't buy it. So these are screens, they're little filters, right? It doesn't mean that I will never violate these. It means I got to have some position to start trying to live off of this. If I can't write it off, I'm not going to buy it, right? So like, what do I, also if I could write it off, I'm more inclined to buy it. Stabilize and grow your first flow before adding a second one. Don't go work on a second flow outside of your company. Work on a second flow inside your company. How many of you have seen somebody leave, they got a second gig? I mean, this is really, people selling baseball cards now. And spending 3 hours finding something on eBay to flip. Like, what are you doing, man? You could have earned that 40 bucks at your job that day. Like, why am I going after hours to figure a side hustle when I was in my hustle for 8 hours? Like, what, you resent where you work that much? That, I'm gonna go do this other thing at night. Oh, I just made $40 and it took me 4 hours. And that's $10 an hour. The guy I worked for today paid me $28 an hour.
You gotta mix up. You gotta mix up your strategies. It can't just be one strategy. You're no longer just a phone person or an in-person person or an internet person. If you're heavily dependent upon the internet, do not abandon your other mixed choices. This is like mixed martial arts. We call it mixed martial selling. That's right, mixed martial selling. Write the deal up, okay? When I'm buying real estate, I've bought and sold $750 million worth of real estate, every one of them. Every property I bought was a sales game. It was all a sales game. First, I had to get my finances right. Second thing I had to do was make a call, follow the guy up. He's trying to sell a property. I got to find out Why would you sell it to me? How can I get in his circle of influence? Okay, how can I get their attention? How can I then follow them up to keep their attention? Every real estate deal I've ever bought required me to follow up just to buy the deal, which is a sales job. 3, I had to use my mixed pass to get the deal. 4, I had to write a deal up. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. There's a guy, I wanted to buy his property. He wouldn't respond to my phone call, so what I did was send him an LOI, a letter of intent to purchase his property. If you don't get to the write-up, nothing matters. You guys in retail, you guys and gals in retail, if you're not writing the customer up, you're showing the product, presenting the product, walking around the product, and you never write them up, you will never close the deal. Every deal you have ever closed in your entire lifetime, guarantee you wrote it up. Training. If you're not going to train, then put a sign on your desk, I quit learning a long time ago, and see how many people want to buy from you. Tell your family, go home and tell your wife and your kids, I quit learning, I quit reading, I quit studying, I quit training, I can't get any better. Put on there, done, I'm finished, I'm in retirement early, I'm going to purgatory, I'm going to wait it out, cross my fingers, and hope they bring me to sales heaven.